Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Sunday, 22nd day of April, and the 7th day of Iyar. Here we go. We're going to continue on in our short little unit here about the laws of having to dip new dishes in the mikveh. When you buy new dishes, non-Jewish source, from a non-Jew, or any regular store, you have to dunk that dish in the mikveh before you're allowed to use it. So here are our next cases. What if it's a vessel, a dish that you're going to use for storage only? Or what if it's a dish or a vessel that you're going to use for serving only? Like a ladle or something. So in those situations, the halacha is that you do a tevila, you do need to dunk those in the mikveh because they're going to come in contact with the food, but no bracha necessary over that dunking. Okay, and now we get to electrical items, like sandwich makers or whatever. So they are an interesting category because they have electronics in them, and electronics being dunked in water is a bad situation. So I'm going to tell you a potpourri of opinions on it, and then end with Rav Belsky's opinion on what we should all do today. There are some opinions that say that since electrical things like sandwich makers, etc., get plugged into the wall, that plug into the wall makes them like things attached to the wall while plugged in, and therefore they don't need tevila, because you don't have to dunk your house into the mikveh, and you don't have to dunk anything attached to your house into the mikveh. According to that opinion, nothing electrical would ever need a dunk in the mikveh. Now, there are others who say that being attached by a plug does not make you attached to the ground, and therefore you would for sure, yes, need to dunk that item in the mikveh. Others say that electric items don't need any dunk in the mikveh since it will ruin them, and you're not responsible, you're not expected to ruin your sandwich maker just to dunk it in the mikveh, and since it will get ruined, you don't have to dunk it. Others say that just dismantle it, take that electronic device apart, and then have a Jew reassemble it. And after the Jew reassembles it, then it's like a Jewish made item and you won't have to dip it in the mikveh. But that's a hard solution. And here comes Rav Belsky's solution. He and a lot of people follow this today. This is the most common way that people treat electronic things like sandwich makers, urns, or whatever. They say, go ahead, dunk the whole thing in the mikveh, and it generally, most times, will not ruin it at all. You certainly have to let it dry for a day or two or three so that you don't get any electric shocks from it. But Rav Belsky recommended that you dunk electronic items in the mikveh and let them dry, and you'll be fine. Now, if it's a very expensive item, and this piece of advice for me would cause you to lose like $500, please be careful. Talk to a rabbi, talk to an electrician, think out what you're doing before you dunk a very expensive thing in the mikveh. But Rav Belsky says, as a general rule, that electronics can be dunked in the mikveh, and you'll be fine. Just let it dry. Okay. Now, when it comes to other items, we're going to run through some quick things here over the next day or two or three, and here goes. There are these things that you use to slice apples, They have like a triangle in them, and you just push them onto the apple, and they slice the apple. They need a tevila, a dunk in the mikveh, plus a bracha, because they really are fully coming into contact with the food. A barbecue, if you have a barbecue, the only thing that needs a dunk in the mikveh is the grill because it's the thing that touches the food, but everything else for the barbecue does not have to be dunked in the mikveh. If you have a blech, some of you might not know what that is. Real quick, it's the piece of aluminum or tin, I don't know what they're made of, but they're metal, and you put them over your stove, and for Yontif or Shabbos reasons, it could help you be able to move stuff around on your stove. If you need a separate explanation on that, ask your rabbi, what's a blech? But if you are using a blech over your oven, and it does not come into contact with your food, then it needs no dunk in the mikveh whatsoever. If you are one of those people that puts challah directly right on to your blech, I don't think a lot of people do that, but if you are one of those people and you put your challah right on the blech, then yes, it should get dunked in the mikveh and a bracha also, because it's metal. That would be most appropriate if you put challah or stuff like it right onto your blech. Okay, we hope to continue with this over the next day or two. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye bye.